fire sister dearest. So, you said to do your reading when I felt called to you, and so here we go. Now is the time, I feel. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me well. I don't know how well my headphones are working, but I did get some really cute new decks, so we're going to use the new ones. Athena, lay down. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Mama. Yeah. First things first, you want to see how big she got? I have you on. Look at her. Can you see her? Hi, beautiful. Hi. Okay, so back to what the purpose of this is now that my ADHD has stopped. So we're doing a random reading. It's hard to stuck the devil. The devil is stuck. Interesting. So you're really resisting intrusive thoughts right now. Oh, also, I built this tarot box by hand. It turned out super perfect. I love it. Okay. So what's going on with females? What does she need to know? So you are having a bit of, I wouldn't say anxiety, there's just been fast action when it comes to movement in your life lately. So you've been transitioning through things really rapidly lately. Looks like that's the first thing that wants to be talked about. It also looks like somebody, I'm not sure who yet, but somebody said some things that were not so nice. Or they fought in like an unfair way. Kind of like the energy of somebody that says something just to win at all costs in an argument, and then afterwards they're like, I should have said all that. Because then they realize that there's like no one left to even argue with because they were mean to the person. I feel like this could be a masculine energy that's in your life, or somebody said something about your masculine side of yourself. Basically, this person, though, whoever this masculine energy is currently in a period of like resting and recovering, and it's causing them to either be drinking or just avoiding their emotions in like a negative way. So maybe being like emotionally abusive or manipulative. And also it has to do with being really impractical with finances. So it could even be that somebody said something or is implying that like you're being impractical or like not being reasonable with like your emotions and like you're just resting or something. But it's definitely causing a lot of heartbreak or heartache. Let me see if this is you or another person, because that's going to make a big difference. Sorry, Athena's walking in circles. It makes me nervous. I think she's just trying to find somewhere to lay down. Okay, so is this now herself? Did somebody say it about her? Okay, so this is about you, and somebody might have said it to you. Is this something that she's currently feeling heartbreak from? Okay, but you're not currently affected by it. Was you previously feeling heartbreak from it? You were previously affected by it. Is that what this arguing is, or whoever said like these mean things to her? Yeah, so was this in like the recent past, not the current present? Okay, so this is something that happened like in the recent past. It's not something that's actively happening. So I don't feel like you're actually like still heartbroken over it. But it did cause you a bit of like whiplash or like hurtfulness. What was it that was said? It could have even been you saying it to somebody else, if that's the case. What was it that was said? Yeah, somebody was lacking faith and also resisting generosity and holding on to expectations and resisting new ideas. Anything else? Also, they were being overtly judgmental and overly questioning you. And they were unable to see the divine within your idea. And also, there was a lot of repressed communication. What was the spirit of this person? What spirit was this person holding when they said these things to her, or when she said it to somebody else? So the person's experiencing a spirit of frustration. That's like the main driving force of their thoughts, or their words, or your words. Also, the spirit of fear. Yeah. What does she need to know about this thing that was said, though? What is the truth of the matter? Hear how loud she lays down. Big old lug. What is the truth of the matter? So the truth of the matter is, whoever or whatever was said out of concern. Concern and contemplativeness. So they were concerned about your lack of contemplation. Yes, maybe, possibly. Sounds kind of right. Let's see what else comes out here. Oh, I should be doing this in the tent, because then it's like you came to the tent event. I think I'm going to do that. Pause.
Spooky.
To what we were seeing. Now my box actually fits and stuff, like my wing chair. It's cute. It's cute. Okay. Oh, and this is my new to time my readings. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Back to what we were saying. What else? The universe wants you to know. You are so strong. We already know that, right? Does she need to know yours? What does she need to know? Right now you feel, it's almost like you feel like you're like manipulating yourself for some reason. You feel dethroned for some reason, which is weird because I thought things were going really well right now for you. So let's look more into that. It could be a feminine energy, so it could be mom, it could be somebody else's mom, it could be you feeling like you're going through a lot of bad luck lately with like health and things like that. Yeah, you feel like you experienced a tower, which is not good at all, but it is at the same time. Like, okay, so I think I've explained this to you before, but towers are basically when somebody was building up their tower and they weren't making the necessary repairs along the way, and the universe realizes, hey, it's not healthy for you anymore, so it knocks everything down from you. And it makes your whole world flip upside down and get shooken up. So then everything that's no longer serving you can fall out of your existence, and everything that you are needing to enter into has space then to actually develop or to come into your space. Because just like in our physical being, if I have my hands full and I see something else I want, I only have so much ability to juggle the new thing with the old thing that I already was holding, or to hold more things, and then eventually we have too much on our plates or in our hands and we have to set stuff down. That's when you're actually able to bring in new manifestations to you. So you lost something that meant a lot to you, but because you were overwhelmed, or because you were going through a bunch of just like, it seemed like bad existence, yeah, there was a lot of devil energy. So material needs weren't being met, addictions weren't being met, like maybe negative self-talk wasn't being addressed, and like you just got it all shooken up and knocked down. And that, what that does though, is it opens up your hands to be able to grab more. And it does look like you have now grabbed more. You actually now are able to see, and you're able to balance what actually is going to be making you truly emotionally happy. So you did take a big loss of some sort, but then your hands were open and you were given something better or bigger or different. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be something better. It could just be different, you know. But let's see what you need to know about this, though. Why is it coming out right now in this reading? Those didn't want to come out. I guess the answer doesn't want to come out right now. Why? Because of those mean things that were said. And it's causing you to feel depressed about, you're even wondering if something that you have is a false love or a false opportunity, a false proposition, and you're feeling really cloudy because of it, about what makes you happy. But you also are resisting a rebirth. You don't want a new thing, you want what you have. So you're wondering if it's actually something that makes you happy or not now. Does this have to do with a relationship? Does it have to do with a friendship? Does it have to do with a work situation? This has to do with work. Yeah, let's see what else we can get out. I don't feel like this is the right deck for this. But super cute though, right? I love these new cards. Go in your little box. Oh, check out my spooky cards real quick. Oh gosh. Whoa, spooky, they're haunted. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to take this tent down now. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the cuteness. Tell me what she needs to hear. What is the message that she needs to hear in this reading? It's okay not to feel strong. It doesn't mean that you're not strong. It just means that you're human. Your boundaries need to be worked on with somebody. When it comes to what makes you thrive and makes you happy, do not doubt yourself. You gotta do what you want. See this little ghosty here? How he's like balancing those two coins. So this is his income, or his money, his stability. And see how he has his hat leaning towards the future. And that one is actually the one that's lower down, so it seems like it's less. But it's actually not less, because he's got an infinity loop there. So it's going to be coming right back around, and it's actually going to gain momentum in the process. Don't lose sight of that ability of yours to bounce back like that. When you are choosing what you want and what makes you happy, sometimes it's okay to pick the thing that's the softer thing. This ghost is picking the sunflower versus its wand. And the thing about this card in particular is that it's a fire ghost, right? So he's burning things behind him. This twig here is going to light up in flames. This sunflower probably won't. So sometimes the thing that looks more soft or weak of an option is actually the stronger in the end. And it's also looking to the future. So do not let yourself get stuck thinking about what ifs of the past. There was some type of deception that either you or somebody else told or did or experienced, and it needs to be left in the past. Because if you notice this Two of Swords here, he's looking at, like, can I trust that new opportunity? And he's holding that Five of Swords. He's holding those hurtful things. So you're looking at new opportunities through the lens of, I've been hurt by this before, for some reason. Even if it's you talking crap to yourself. And that's what you need to allow to fade away and to heal up. By establishing good boundaries with whoever did it or done it. But I do feel like it probably does have to do with a masculine energy. Basically, he made you feel bad about you trying to make yourself happy. Put you down, and that's not okay. But let me reshuffle these out because some of them were the same, and I want to make sure it's a... Yeah, whatever he said really has you doubting yourself. And the problem with that is that when you doubt yourself, it causes you to actually miss the blessings that the universe is trying to hand you. Because you're so focused on what you had to leave behind that you're not looking at the true blessing of what you gained. You're letting yourself stay stuck in the past because you're trying to avoid a tower moment again. But the thing that you need to realize is that that tower moment isn't happening now. It's not going to happen again. You already went through it before. Now you actually have hope. What you're doing to yourself is all your own anxiety. Sometimes anxiety about other people, not even yourself. And it's causing you to feel like you have to hold on to your stability at all costs, and that's not necessary anymore. What you do need to hold on to is your boundaries and your ability to keep them with people so that you don't get hurt in an emotional way. But don't close yourself off emotionally out of fear. Also, it's okay to not tell everybody your business. I think it's time that you start doing things independently and not in a group when it comes to making plans about the future. Like that's going to be part of your boundary setting, is that if you're not able to communicate with somebody, don't try to convince them that you're communicating clearly. It's just the wrong person to be listening. It's about making you happy. Anything else that she needs to know? Start dreaming. Start planning. Start dreaming and start planning, but also at the same time, this isn't going to be all butterflies and roses, okay? Like, there may be reason for you to be fearful of your instability. Like, so start saving also, okay? Like, it's time that you actually, like, plan for the future. This is giving, like, start a retirement fund vibes, okay? Like, actual planning for the future. I love how this ball makes me look so creepy. Huh? Sorry. Let's see what you need to know for healing. For some reason, I'm getting on to looking that up for it. Let's see what shadow. What shadow is she experiencing? Pride. That's the curse of the gauntlets. Pride, depression, and numbness. Yeah, so that is you cutting off your emotions. So with the pride, listen to this and listen to it very clearly. True worth is measured by character, not by accolades. Also, to feel pain is to be alive and to be human. This too shall pass. Every storm brings a rainbow. And then, for your final card, because your 15-minute timer is running out. I love this little thing, it's so cute. For your final card, let's get you... Actually... I got lots of new decks, like 5 of them. Okay. So what healing does she need? Release. I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts. I live in the present moment and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. Anything else that she needs? Peace. I am unwavering in the face of fear. I come to my senses and embrace challenge. I am determined to think with gentleness and calm. I find inner silence and become a manifestation of peace. Okay. Oh, and on the shadow energy, we have inner strength, so I'll read that one too. Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities and know that with God I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. Okay. I hope this was helpful. Snap out of it, beauty. It'll be all right. Let me know if you want any clarity on anything. Bye.